Salut l'équipe, comment ça va? C'est Sébastien. Aujourd'hui, je me balade un petit peu sur YouTube et je découvre une chaîne. Mon gars, une chaîne qui te montre les plus grosses baraques du monde. Et là, je me dis, pourquoi pas partager ça avec vous? Et voilà comment est née cette vidéo. C'est une maison, plutôt un manoir, à Londres, qui coûte 170 millions de livres. Fait grosso modo 200 millions d'euros. Mon gars, 200 millions d'euros. C'est abusé. Pour le prix de cette baraque, tu pourrais avoir 40 jets privés, 54 Bugatti Chiron, 142 032 iPhone 13 Max Pro 256 Go et tout le tralala. Tu te rends compte? C'est hallucinant. Et là, cette maison appartient à Petra Eccleston et Sam Palmer. Petra, elle, c'est une créatrice de mode et une mannequin, mais c'est surtout la fille et l'héritière de Bernie Eccleston, qui lui est un célèbre milliardaire exécutif de Formule 1. On sait que dans la Formule 1, il y a du pognon. Bref, allez, venez, je vous emmène avec moi. On va visiter leur maison à 200 millions d'euros. Waouh, ouais. Ok, là, c'est le petit résumé. The Sloan House.
Welcome to Sloan House.
This 18th century home is 8 bedrooms, 12 bathrooms, and spans over
12 salles de bain.
The Georgian style home offers a classic contemporary style behind a traditional facade.
This is the first time we've let cameras into the house,
Which is currently listed off market
and
valued at £170 million. Come on in.
Let's go. Le foyer. Un foyer. Ah, le foyer, c'est chez toi, quoi. C'est ton foyer.
So here we are in the foyer where we greet our guests. And
Ça, ça doit être une salle spéciale pour les riches. Un foyer pour accueillir les gens, juste pour leur dire bonjour. Tu leur dis bonjour dans le foyer et après tu les accueilles dans ta maison. Moi, t'arrives chez moi, t'es directement dans mon salon, frérot.
the first thing you see when you come into the house is this fabulous gold bar.
we custom
Mais what? Ça, c'est un lingot d'or. C'est quoi? Mais déjà, ça n'a pas la forme du tout d'un lingot. Mais en plus, c'est pas très beau. Ou alors, je connais pas non plus cet art-là. Mais allez, faut que je me cale dans ma tête de multimilliardaire. Ouais, voilà. Multimilliardaire, 200 millions. Ils se sont fabriqués un lingot d'or sur mesure. Ok, c'est normal.
built this gold bar. Obviously, it's to entertain and to have lots of parties that we do not have. I love this chandelier. It's a custom chandelier with 150,000 pieces of
150 000
crystals, going from
cristaux.
bronze finishes to gold, which is obviously my favorite color. This panther couch is obviously one of my favorite pieces of the house, and the panther is my favorite animal, which shows inspiration throughout the whole house.
Bon, la panthère, elle est jolie. Oh, elle n'est pas finie.
Welcome to our formal dining
Joli, hein?
room, a room that we actually use a lot. We used a lot through lockdown. We had fancy dinners in here as a family. It's darker tones in this room, but it's softened by the natural light and the views of the
Oh là là,
garden.
mais...
Obviously, the first time you walk in this room, the chandelier
Ils ont
is
du
the main
cristal partout, en
showstopper.
fait.
And there's lots of elements of Petra in this room, coming from the sparkles in the rug, which then elements of the table.
Non,
One
mais
of my
c'est
favorite
pas
parts of this
possible.
room as a design feature is actually
C'est
how
trop,
well
c'est
we've
trop,
hidden the
franchement, non, mais c'est trop, là.
This custom cabinetry that's just around the walls.
Waouh! T'es mal à
So
l'aquarium.
this is our main family kitchen where we eat most of our meals at, and the kids love mealtime because they're obviously staring at this amazing fish
Ah
tank.
ouais, l'aquarium,
Which
il
is
est
actually
ouf.
one of the rarest in
Non,
the world.
franchement,
It's
il est-
one of
il est
the
dingue.
largest in a private residence. It's 5 meters long. There's 64
5
tons.
mètres de long,
But when designing this
64
kitchen,
types de
you
poissons
wanted
différents.
separate islands, didn't you?
Yeah,
No.
there's one island with a teppanyaki
C'est joli,
grill
hein. Ah, c'est
the
joli.
chef is able to cook at, and then the other island is where I occasionally cook at.
Ah oui, c'est vrai qu'ils ont des
Feel
chefs
of the
qui
kitchen
cuisinent
is
en plus.
slightly
C'est même
kind
pas
of an
pour eux.
industrial vibe, obviously, with the paneling on
Merde.
the doors.
It has double dishwashers, double sinks, double fridges, freezers,
Elles ont
wine
tout en double,
coolers, and the appliances throughout are Gaggenau.
There's amazing natural light coming in through the garden into the kitchen.
Sloane House actually compromises of 2 homes, Sloane House and Sloane Lodge. We're now in the lodge side of the home, which has its own entrance, which we would bring
Mais
guests
quoi?
through for events. This is one of my favourite rooms of the whole house. So the first thing that hits you when you enter this room is this magnificent crystal chandelier, which is 150,000
Je
Swarovski
suis pas fan de
crystals.
ça. Hein.
Behind us, you will see we have a fabulous bar, which is all custom built. And obviously, the panther which features throughout the house, is seen in here as well. There's custom cabinetry throughout the whole room, which gives a very 1920s Gatsby feel to this whole sort of vibe.
Non. Mais non,
Welcome
mais
to our
non.
wellness level.
The area sets the tone where you step over the water feature on these stepping stones.
Come and have a look around.
Ah ouais, putain. Pardon. Ça, c'est trop stylé. Oh.
So when I bought this house, there was no lower level. We excavated the basement and we dug down 15 meters deep to make this hotel amenity type spa into a residential house.
Un spa. Un spa. Mais
Mais
après, c'est normal, hein. 200 millions, heureusement.
In London, you cannot recreate this. So down here we have a 17 meter by 9 meter swimming
17
pool,
mètres,
spa,
la piscine.
10-man jacuzzi, steam and sauna, floating day beds.
Oh, c'est trop beau, ça.
The bar for parties. So over
Ça va, c'est
here
un
we
petit
have
bar,
a
c'est une
gym
petite
for
fête,
the
hein.
adults and then a really cool area for the children to play at.
Oh.
So we're here now in our gym that has amazing natural light, even though we're actually in the basement, so it doesn't feel dark and gloomy.
I think that one of the great things about this gym is while we work out, we've actually got a squash court behind us, which we turned into a kids' play area. So the kids are entertained while we're working out.
Mais comment c'est trop stylé ça pour les enfants.
Like a soft play, which is obviously very child-friendly.
To give this perspective in size, I'm 6'4", and this is about the size of a 2-story house.
Ah ouais, c'est
Also on this level, we
énorme.
have a cinema to show about 12 people.
Ah là, mon rêve.
Candy bar entrance.
Il y a un distributeur
And
de
the seats
popcorn,
actually
bonbons.
change and vibrate with the sound of the cinema that's being played.
Oh. Non, le cinéma, c'est le must, hein. Elle a un salon de beauté pour elle toute seule.
So this is my beauty salon, the area where I get my glam done. Leading down to the salon area, there's a feature of gold chains, which basically give a glimmer of reflection.
Mon gars, tu prends rien qu'une chaîne là, ça te fait ton
There's
salaire.
the pedicure station
Des
that you
chaînes
can
en
get your
or.
hands and feet done, and then the washing up basin, obviously to get your hair done professionally, and then the glam area where you get your makeup done. There's definitely a lighter palette, obviously to give a more feminine touch to the room. In the walls, there's a resin.
Là, les
with
filles, elles doivent être
iridescent
complètement
effect,
folles, là, celles qui regardent la
sparkle.
vidéo.
And then on the doors, we have
C'est complètement fou.
nude-colored lacquer, which features throughout the lower ground levels of the house. So in a house this size, being on 6 floors, we had to renovate it and add a lift in. So I'll meet you at
6
the top.
étages. Il y a 6 étages.
So we're here at the top of the house now, and one of the most magical features of the house is the beautiful chandelier from the top of the house that goes through all the floors down to the bottom. It's like shattered pieces of diamonds or glass, which
Ça, je sais pas vous, moi je suis pas totalement fan.
behind that is then reflected onto the
C'est joli,
chandelier,
hein,
and it
mais
basically just gives off
j'aurais pas mis ça chez moi, hein.
throughout the house. The chandelier is the centerpiece of the whole house, and it's the design ethos that ties it all together to make it become one.
Ouais.
So we're here at my daughter's room, and clearly she and I are a huge fan of the color pink.
punaise.
It was before a very traditional
c'est
room,
beau, hein.
which we transformed it to become more modern, and it just came to life. And then these chandelier
Ça, c'est
ice
son lit.
cream lights that she actually drew, and we got.
Mais attends. Quoi? Des chandeliers crème glacée avec des boules de crème, des boules de glace et tout. J'ai pas vu quel âge avait sa fille, mais pas sûr qu'à 18-19 ans, elle kiffe encore ça, quoi. Après, ça a l'air d'être une chambre de petite fille. C'est sympa. Ça doit être en cristal ou je sais pas quoi.
Got them kind of came to life. We redesigned each room to have the bedroom, the dressing room, and then the bathroom. So the closet panels
elle a quel âge?
are nude lacquer, which is kind of feminine but also neutral.
Mais elle a l'air
with,
petite, regarde les
leather
vêtements, la taille des
paneling
vêtements.
throughout. We measured all the hanging space and the shoes, obviously for children's clothing, which can be adjusted when they get to a larger size. But for right now, it fits for kind of a younger size up to teenage. The bathroom is pink onyx from ceiling to the floor. Obviously, pink is the theme of the room, so we translated it into the bathroom. So this is my boys' room.
Ah, tu pars jamais de chez parents à cet âge-là.
It was kind of the inside of a rocket spaceship. They're a huge fan of cars, as I am, so we did these light fixtures, which are actually gold Lamborghinis, and then the starlight on the ceiling. They're actually scared of sleeping in the dark, so the light features we leave on at nighttime, so they're not as scared and it kind of twinkles at nighttime. One of the main
Ça,
reasons
c'est
I
joli,
fell
ça.
in love with the home
Mais c'est
is
fou,
the
hein.
natural
Oh
light
là
that
là là
comes
là.
in throughout the house, from the east and the west side, throughout the whole day, which is actually really rare to find in London.
Ah non, il n'y a pas 6 étages.
So this is our primary bedroom. This was the last bedroom that we redesigned, and I worked with a close friend called Gavin Broden. It's definitely got a lighter tone to it than the rest of the house. It's got nude paneling throughout the room, a white onyx fireplace.
This bed is 8 feet by 9 feet, so something you could do more in
Ça
LA
fait quoi,
than you
8
can
pieds
in
sur 9
London,
pieds?
but we managed to do it here.
There's two
ça fait
separate
balèze,
dressing
hein.
rooms, one for Sam and then a larger one for myself, because let's face it, I need more space. I think the nice thing is that you don't have to leave the master suite to be able to go to the both dressing rooms and the bathroom. It's all on one floor.
As you can see, mine is very impressive with hidden pocket doors for mirrors, lovely lighting, very soft lighting,
Wow.
and windows
Ça fait la taille de ma maison.
natural light.
Rien que leur chambre, avec le dressing et tout, ça fait la taille de ma maison.
Dream, and it actually is the whole width of the house. It has the most beautiful feminine chandelier in it, and then we're so lucky to have the natural light from the garden coming into the dressing room. For me, this dressing room feels tucked away and definitely is a quieter place throughout the house, and it just has a very calm, peaceful
Elle est vide un peu
vibe
là.
to it.
Ils se sont fait braquer ou quoi?
The garden is so quiet and so peaceful, you don't actually feel like you're in central London.
It's a proper English garden, which we spend a lot of time in. We've learned how to play football with the children.
Oh, le jardin, il est
there.
mignon,
We
ça
entertain
va.
for parties there. The value is priceless. You can hear the birds chirping, the mature foliage all around us. Really
Il est
gives
plus
you
que
a
sympa,
sense
même.
of privacy. This Georgian mansion has got the biggest garden in Kensington and Chelsea.
The columns and the arches were built with the original house, so it gives it a real historic feel to it. I personally love historic homes, and obviously I love to collect them, and this garden just made it feel truly special and just such a historical, magical place.
Ah, c'est un manoir. Ça n'existe pas que dans les films, les
Thank
trucs
you
comme
for
ça.
joining us today on this tour of our 8-bedroom,
Wow.
12 bathroom, 4 half bathrooms, and
12
over
salles de
20,000 square feet
Ça revient
of
toujours
living
pas.
space. You've seen
On n'a
some
pas
of
tout
our
vu, au
favourite
final.
areas of the home.
Thank you so much for joining us today on the tour of Sloane House.
Thank you, AD. Bye.
Bye.
Waouh, franchement, c'est une maison de malade. Mais 200 millions d'euros, c'est peut-être pas le style que j'aurais de. J'avoue, j'aime bien, c'est sympa et tout. Et je sais pas, après, on n'a pas tout vu parce qu'à un moment, ils nous parlent de 8 ou 12 salles de bain. Je sais pas, ils peuvent pas avoir qu'une seule chambre. Forcément, il y a plein d'autres salles et tout. Une maison à 200 millions d'euros, tu peux pas avoir que ça, même s'ils ont mis de l'or partout. Bon voilà, je sais pas ce que vous avez pensé de cette visite de maison à 200 millions de dollars. N'hésitez pas à me dire si ça vous a plu. J'ai vu sur le site qu'ils avaient d'autres maisons. Ils ont même des maisons de célébrités un peu plus connues comme Tyrese Gibson, mais qui joue dans Fast and Furious et tout ça. Et ils visitent leur maison. Il y a des paquebots, il y a vraiment des trucs de fou. Donc c'est au cas où vous voulez voir d'autres épisodes de ce niveau-là, que ce soit maison, villa, avion, voiture, tout ça, n'hésitez pas à me le dire dans les commentaires. Vous avez la parole et faut en profiter. Moi, je sais que j'aime bien faire des vidéos réactions sur un peu tout, que ce soit cinéma, musique, ou voilà, les maisons, les voitures. On se fait kiffer sur cette chaîne, il y en a pour tout le monde, donc autant en profiter. Mais justement, vu que c'est aussi votre chaîne, n'hésitez pas à me le dire dans les commentaires. Je vais même ouvrir l'espace communauté. Et je pense que je vais vous laisser la parole, je vais poser la question, qu'est-ce que vous aimeriez voir en réaction? Et n'hésitez pas à me dire votre série, votre film, ou comme je dis, votre maison, si ça vous a plu, ou voir un truc sur une célébrité, voir une musique, un clip spécial, n'hésitez pas, même si c'est sorti il y a 10 ans. Bon allez, en tout cas, j'espère que tu as pris le temps de t'abonner lors de cette visite, et puis je te retiens pas plus. Salut l'équipe!
With